Okay, I've been using the AeroPress for about 4 months now, so I thought it about time to put a bit of review up of the product and how I use it. The instructions do explain 2 ways of using the AeroPress. I'm going to show you the inverted method, which I think is easier and less likely to spill. But basically what you've got is 2 parts, and it's basically like a syringe. So you've got like a chamber in there, and there's a rubber seal on the end of this piece, and when you push this plunger through, you're basically pushing the coffee and the liquid through a paper filter there into your cup. So I shall just show you how this works. So like I say, this is the inverted method. Now you do get a scoop, like a coffee measure thing. I use one of these full of coffee beans, grind them, and then put the little funnel in there, put the coffee in there. So we're at that stage now. We've got a kettle with just boiled water. Now the idea is you're not supposed to generally put just boiled water onto coffee, because it kind of burns it and gives it a bitterish sort of taste. So you can either wait a few minutes for that to cool down. I think the optimum's about 80 degrees C. But what I like to do is to just pour the water into the cup. That serves 2 purposes. The heat from the water goes into the cup and warms the cup nicely, and it also lowers the temperature of the water. I have checked this numerous times, and it's around about the 80 degrees C, so I'm not to a couple of degrees. So this is basically the way that I would do this. So water into the AeroPress and give that a stir for about 10 seconds. You do get a black plastic stirring sort of blade in with the kit, which I don't tend to use. It's a bit clumsy. So give that a stir for about 10 seconds. And so you've already got 1 filter paper in the filter end. You do get quite a few. That goes on the top, and then you wait for about a minute, and that's sufficient to get the flavour out of the coffee. So we'll come back in a minute.
So this is a review of the AeroPress coffee maker, and I want to start by saying I bought one 5.5 years ago. This was the original one. I've been very happy with it, but it has deteriorated enough at this point, more than 5 years, that I decided to get a new one. And there are some differences. First, let me show you what happens over time. I don't know if you can see, there's crazing inside, and I don't know if you see it this way, but so that can cause water to leak around when you press it in here. You can kind of see it goes from tight to loose there. Now I imagine some of this may be just because of, with age, this part's broken down. But anyway, almost everything is identical. The funnel and the filter holder and these parts are unchanged. But the 2 main components are made out of evidently a new plastic, and maybe that's because they've just figured out that would work better and wouldn't suffer the crazing problem that I had with the original. You know, it arrives really quite snug, which is good. Makes great coffee. I've used other methods, including French press. I'm convinced that this is the ideal way to make a single cup of coffee.